the concept. So what is the concept? Who are you going to serve? What is your brand and what are you going to do? Who are you servicing? So to give you a little bit of a background on what my concept was basically I was a videographer in Wichita, Kansas, and I knew businesses needed video work or photo work. And especially now in 2023, everyone has a phone, everyone has a camera. So it's really beneficial for you to add in the extra value of posting it to social media forum. And it's super simple. There's not a lot of steps that you need to go. I would say if you're a videographer stepping into the social media world on how to post, it's going to be a lot easier transition than someone that's really good at social media trying to learn how to do video work. But we're going to go through both. Whatever pendulum you sit on, I'm going to teach you the other way. So let's talk about who are you going to serve. Is there a specific vertical you're going to work with? I didn't choose a specific person to work with. I worked with dealerships, real estate companies, restaurants, e-commerce. I mean, you name it, I had a client for it. And we shot videos and I posted those videos for them along with some other content that we also did as well. So who are you going to serve is really up to you. If you're watching this, you already have some people business owners that you probably have worked with. And this is going to be an extra value add because you're going to have to be able to say, well, I'm already shooting videos for you for say $100 an hour. Well, what if I was able to offer you a monthly retainer? And the best thing about this is with the monthly retainer, now you have a guaranteed income. And we're going to get into that in a minute on how to be able to set contracts and know what you're making a month. And you no longer have to be scared at charging for $100 an hour. So who you're going to serve is really up to you. You have to make that decision. Typically, it's going to be a vertical that you work really, really well with and that you understand. But other than that, being able to just branch out and try different things before you pick one is super beneficial as well. Let's dive into what your brand is. Typically with these companies, I changed my company from 254 Productions into 254 a social media company. So right there in the name, people understood what we were about and what we were doing. That's one thing that I think is going to be super beneficial for you. I was talking to someone actually before I started filming this course, and he said, well, right now my name is XYZ Media. What should I change it to? And I said, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to be a media company where you're focusing more on video work and maybe you offer social media as an extra added value? Or do you want to be a social media company? Is that what you want to be known for? So that's what you have to decide for yourself. I don't have the answer for that, but I just wanted to show you like what I did is I used to charge an hourly rate for video work. And I was tired of having to chase invoices around, doing all that work. And I knew my clients wanted to be able to go to a monthly retainer because that's what Netflix is doing. So everyone's used to paying monthly retainers. And I was able to say, well, I'm going to make a guaranteed income. So now I just need to get 10 clients at $1,000 a month to make a six-figure business, right? That's what my goal was. So that's what my goal was for you. Now diving into the brand, let's talk logos, colors, and style. This is going to be one of the things that I think you should pick your vertical. Maybe early on have an idea where you want to go and base your color schemes and your styles around that. So for example, if you work with real estate agents, have your stuff kind of be able to look familiar to what a real estate agent would see, and it's going to help you out in the long run. If you do car dealerships, have your stuff look more kind of like a car dealership. So then you have your verticals that you're working with and it already feels familiar and it won't be scary for that client to take you on, or you're going to be able to dive into that. But other than that, have fun with it, be unique, and think outside the box. That's going to be the best advice I can give you for this is you don't have to do what everyone else is doing. So for example, with my new company, Wild Wolf Digital Marketing, we went off of my dog. The DNA test is still pending, so we're not sure if he's fully a wolf or not, but he sure looks like one. And then from there, now we have to decide, am I a local or a national brand? I'm going to tell you local is probably going to be the easiest because you have chambers of commerce you can work with. You have other business owners that you can network with. Everyone has these other options that you can get into really quickly to scale fast. National is going to be a little bit harder unless you already have those communities set up, but we're going to go over both. I'm going to show you how to execute in both, but you should have an idea of what you want to do right now before we dive into that. So I'm going to work with local companies or I'm going to work with national companies. And now let me tell you the benefit of both. With a local company, you are able to meet with a person face to face. There's a lot of national companies, and I will tell you, especially with my digital marketing agency, people love being able to come to my office, meet me face to face, and if we want to go out to lunch to have a meeting or whatever, they love being able to do that and not having to be forced into Zoom meetings and Google Meets all the time. Now, however, if you want to go national brand, the chance of getting maybe more clients at a higher rate if you're in, say, Wichita, Kansas compared to a Dallas or an LA market, the chances of being able to charge a little bit more are up there. And so, but also with that comes its own kind of problems. For example, how are you going to film someone that's in LA? Are you going to set up a retainer for you to fly out and make the content? That's going to be kind of expensive. So that's one thing to think about. Or are you going to be able to set up Zoom meetings where you teach them how to film themselves? And the value that you're bringing is the editing side of things and making the micro content, but you're so good at producing that that's what your business model is, right? And we're gonna go over that as well. So that's gonna round out the concept. Really thinking about who you serve, what is your brand, and are you gonna go local or national? This is kind of the overall basis of kind of let's get those wheels turning early as we dive into the rest of this course.